I want to welcome the town of Cutler Bay and everyone that is being part of this today, February 11th, 2021. And it's our Cutler Bay Business Monthly Luncheon that we have every second Thursday of every month. So we have some very good speakers today that are going to be presenting on how to present your business on video. And also we have the town of Cutler Bay presenting on Go Connect. So we have a great program with you today. With that being said, we want to give everyone, again, a warm welcome. And thank you for being part of this meeting. What we're going to do today is a little bit different. And we're going to go ahead and get started. And as we say your name, please let us know in a 3-minute speech of elevator what you do, what is your business name, and all this is going to be recorded, and it's being recorded in Facebook Live. Later, we will share this link among our community and all our members to share this information. So at this moment, we're going to go ahead and start with Cindy. Unmute yourself, please.
Hey everyone, I'm Sensei Cindy Rogg. I'm the CEO of National Karate Academy and Cutler Bay Kids. We offer martial arts classes and after-school programs, all-day camps when there's no school, and an awesome summer camp. So if you have any kids that need something to do for President's Day camp or spring break camp or summer camp, bring them to us. We're on Old Cutler Road in the Old Cutler Town Center, right next door to Publix. And hi, Freddie, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you, Cindy. All right, Freddie, we'll jump it on to you. Francisco Castillo, please let us know your name, business name, and what you do, and how you can help this business community here at Cutler Bay. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Francisco.
All right, there we go.
See, that's what happens when you don't come to our Zoom meetings.
I know. Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you for inviting me today, and I'm going to make an effort to be there next time too. And well, my name is Francisco Castillo, and everybody knows me as Freddie for the short, quick name to remember. And we are Castle Services. We have moving, storage, warehousing. Also, we are in the cleaning property maintenance services. We've been in business for 23 years, and we are legitimate, licensed, and insured. And we have a good group of people that we do a lot of good work all the way from the Upper Keys to Broward, wherever we need to go on my moving services. On the cleaning services, we try to stay local. And
what is your phone number?
My number, cell number to contact me directly is 305-979-2446.
Perfect. And Freddie's also a CBBA member for many years. Freddie, you enjoy being a member of CBBA?
Of course, I like the lua.
Luau.
The party.
Our luau's.
Luau, yeah. That's
all right, great.
Thank you, Cindy, for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next, can you pass on the baton? Who do you want next? Jan?
Sure, I'll go next. Awesome.
All right, there we go. Jan, how are you, Jan? Hadn't seen you in a while.
I'm doing very well. I got married almost 3 weeks ago.
All right. Congrats. There you go, Jan.
Yep. COVID had some nice benefits there.
All right. So go ahead. Tell us about your business, your name, and how can you help the local business owners of Cutler Bay?
I am Jan Hurley with Hurley Health Resources. I am a pharmacist by profession, but I would rather you be healthy naturally than with drugs. I definitely can help you boost your immune system. By the way, I just want to address the vaccine. People seem to think that by getting the vaccine, it's going to protect them from getting COVID. It's not the invisible barrier that will protect you. What protects you is a healthy immune system. So let's build a healthy immune system naturally, and you can survive if you get it, and do extremely well, have more energy, et cetera, et cetera. This is Heart Month, and healthy hearts are really important. So Monday evening at 8 o'clock, I am having a Zoom event, and I will post the Zoom link in the chat also, but 8 o'clock. If you have people that have cholesterol, blood pressure, stroke history in their family, I would love for you to invite them to my event. Let's learn how to be healthy naturally. So when you want to be swell, you give Jan a yell.
There you go. Love it, Jan. Thank you. Nice to see you. All
Thank
right, Sandra Rendon, please let us know your name, what you do, please, quick.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Sandra Rendon. I'm a realtor. I'm with Avanti Way Realty. I'm also investing in a nice program. Um, I do a lot of things. Miracle Link also, camouflage tattoos and stretch marks. And I'm also director of membership for CBBA starting this year. And I'm here. Call me 305-200-4360. Thank you.
Great, great. Thank you so much. Alejandra Aguilera, please let us know what you do, your name, and how you can help us here in Cutler Bay.
Good morning. I'm Alejandra Aguilera. I'm an attorney. I have a law firm named Aguilera Law Center, and we're actually located in Palmetto Bay. I practice family law, divorce law, as well as civil litigation. And I'm just glad to be here. I'm not a member of Cutler Bay, but very interested in participating. I've been to a few meetings in the past, and I've always enjoyed myself.
Thank you so much. Thank you for those kind words. Rosalinda, how are you?
Hello, fine, thank you. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
This is a long member of CBBA. Welcome once again, Rosalinda. Go ahead. Tell us what you're doing today.
Yeah, thank you. I represent a jewelry and accessories company called Paparazzi. It's a funny name, but it does offer you, great ideas for yourself, friends, family, etc. It's very affordable, very beautiful. It's also nickel-free and lead-free. And we have different events throughout different parts of the country. We sell in person and online. So I'm going to leave my information in the chat room as far as my website, phone number, and so on. So please feel free to reach out to me with any questions or any things that you may need. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Nice seeing you again. And now we're going to pass the mic to Ivan Suarez. He's just joining CBBA. He's attended a few of our socials and he's had a great time with us. He's made some great business opportunities. So Ivan, please chime in, unmute yourself and chime in. Let us know what you do and what can you help us here at CBBA. Unmute yourself. Unmute button.
I got you. Hey, sorry guys, I'm on my phone. How y'all doing? Hey, Aaron.
Right.
Hey guys, it's been a pleasure joining you guys. An amazing organization. It's been very beneficial to our business. We've been in the community for about 28 years, servicing Palmetto Bay and Cutler Bay, all the way down to the Florida Keys. Our business is primarily service, remodeling, design, renovations. We do everything from driveways to pool decks, commercial and residential, pool designs, construction, and remodeling. Our basic goals in the community have always been to give back. We sponsor children for swimming. We've always been one that sponsors a lot of sports teams in the area. So we've been for the past 25 years, fundamentally giving back to the community in every way that we can. So we feel strongly about this community. We love being part of this community. We've lived in this community and we continue to service and work in this community. If you've seen our showroom on US 1 and 176, very proud of it. We're building it up now, expanding it. You can see our signs and all the work that we're putting into the building. Also, we're also putting in a new tile and paver company right next door. So our business has really expanded. Our model has expanded and we just opened up a new store in Kendall. So our growth has been amazing and we attribute that also to fundamentally starting our business in a great community like Cutler Bay. So it's where I've lived for 27 years and, really love it. So glad to be part of this and looking forward to the future with you guys.
Thank you. Ivan, what is the name of your business?
Malibu Pools.
And what is your website?
MalibuPools.co.
Okay, and a phone number where you could be reached? 305-252-POOL. There you go. Malibu Pools, very good. He's a personal friend of mine. He actually trained my boy to be a baseball player when he was a young kid. My kids played together with him, and he is a personal friend. And he joined us in our social last week and made two great contacts. And one of them is building a new pool with his company. So congrats, Ivan. Thank you for being part of CBBA. That's what it's about.
Thank you for the invitation. I really appreciate it, Ernie. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. We're going to move on to Susana Vela. Susana, chime in.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm Susana Vela, and I work with Centro Campesino. They're a nonprofit in Florida City. And so what they do is they're a community redevelopment agency, and they provide different programming, like for first-time home buyers. Okay, so actually I'm a testament to that because I actually took the class and I ended up buying a house after that. So that was really cool. Also, they actually have housing for low income. So they have a construction line, which is really cool. I learned so much. I've been there for a year and it's amazing all the things they do. So they also have a huge education area, and that's where I fall under. And so currently what we're doing under that, they have after school programming and educational programs throughout the year for children. But so now what we're doing is being responsive to needs in the community. We're actually doing outreach for COVID-19 testing. And we've been doing this for about 6 months. And now what we're doing is we're shifting and adding information on vaccinations. And so we're going to be providing outreach services and resources in those areas coming at least for the next 6 months. So that's what we're doing.
Great. Thank you so much. We have Kathleen Elliott. Please let us know what you do and how could you help local business owners here in Cutler Bay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am the director of the vice president of programming at Mahogany Youth. And what we do is we connect youth with nature. We take them fishing. That's the hook that we use to get their attention. And then we mentor them. We teach them life skills. We have a summer camp program. We have a program in Richmond Heights Middle School, which is down in your area. And we've been doing it for over 30 years. We've taken 10,000 kids to Biscayne National Park. Many of them see the ocean for the first time with us. We were just speakers at the Everglades Coalition that happened this past week, talking about the history of Sir Lancelot Jones and the pioneers that helped to create Biscayne National Park. I was invited by Danilo Vargas, who's been a coach of ours, who's an amazing person. Anybody who needs any kind of business coaching needs to talk to Danilo. And Enrico as well. He's in the accelerator. And it's been a privilege to work with people from Cutler Bay. We're actually based in mid-Miami, but we have programs from Homestead all the way up into Broward. So COVID changed our numbers last year. We usually fish with about 1,000 kids. And last year we still managed to service 300 kids during the pandemic. It was very interesting to do that. And so that's what we do. We have a website, mahoganyouth.com. You can reach us at 305-603-7451. We do fish with other nonprofits like the Miami Bridge, His House Foster Kids. We fish with Big Brothers Big Sisters. So if you have a program or school you think that we should be talking to, please reach out to us.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm going to jump to Mary Scott Russell. Mary Scott, how are you?
Hey, Ernie, I'm great. I'm so happy to be here with you all today. I am so happy to work and play in Cutler Bay. I love my job here at Eastridge in Cutler Bay. I'm the Director of Community Relations. Our website is eastridge@cutlerbay.com, and my direct line is 786-732-8505, and I put my email address in the chat for everyone. I'm so happy to see everyone. Jan, congratulations. Susanna, wonderful to see you. Danilo, I attend his huddles on Friday mornings. I just can't wait to hear from him again. He's fantastic. I agree with the previous speaker from Mahogany. Wow, he's just such an asset to this community, and he's done so much for so many. So happy to be here with you all. And George Braddock, oh my goodness, George is a great friend and has helped so many of us here with long-term care insurance. So you've got a great group of people here today, and I'm excited, Ernie. So good to see you. Thank you.
Likewise, we miss over there East Ridge, where we normally have our luncheon. Well, we'll see when we can get back over there.
We missed you too. We look forward to returning to that, regular visits.
All right.
We look forward to it.
Yes. And now I'm going to pass on the mic to your friend, George Braddock. Here you go,
Yes.
George.
Awesome.
Hey, Mary Scott.
All
Hey,
right.
everybody. Pleasure to be with you today. I am a longevity planner, which is a fancy way of saying I help people protect themselves, their life savings, and their future family caregivers whose lives might be disrupted someday by their need for care. As most of you probably already know, health insurance, including Medicare, never has been priced to pay for personal care, so it doesn't. And most families can't provide all the free care people live to need, which means care has to be paid for, either for home caregivers or in beautiful places like Eastridge. So if you don't know anybody who specializes in long-term care, you're possibly going to get advice from somebody who doesn't know much about the subject, because if you don't do long-term care on a daily basis, you're probably going to overinsure somebody or underprotect them. So we specialize in only long-term care solutions, both traditional long-term care policies for lowest cost, as well as the popular hybrid plans, which provide cash back if the plans are never needed, and guaranteed rates. We work with business owners in particular because Uncle Sam will help you pay for it. So you can buy protection through your business and write it off, whether you offer to employees or not. You're allowed to legally discriminate. You can even offer it as a fringe benefit to some employees, but not all employees. Okay. Government spending over backwards to make people incentivized to accept personal responsibility for this risk, because God knows even before COVID, but certainly after COVID, relying on the government to pay future long-term care bills would be very, very dicey.
Okay, thank you so much. And what's a phone number we could reach you?
786-443-0012, ltcprofessor.com.
And your name again?
George Braddock.
There you go. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next, we're going to jump on to Jason Tilley. Well, not yet. Hold on. We got Alejandra Aguilera to chime in. Tell us what you do. 2 minutes here.
I already went.
Oh, I'm sorry. I see your picture there. Gotcha.
I can go again if you want. No.
Sure. We'll leave it at the back end. So who am I missing from here that would like to say, let me see, who am I missing? I'm missing Claudia Zamora. Please, Claudia, chime in.
Hi, everyone. So nice to see you. My name is Claudia Zamora. I'm a new realtor with Royal Palm Real Estate. So whether you're selling or buying or just want to rent, give me a call. You can reach me at 305-778-3545 or my new email, which be claudiasellsdreams@gmail.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Enrique, please let us know what you do, your name, and your website, and your phone number.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Enrique Hernandez. I'm CEO of the On Point Digital Business Solution. This is my business card. We provided creative solution to your digital objective. I work into Danilo Vargas too in a service update. My phone number is 786-797-4372. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And Enrique is with On Point Digital Solutions. And what he actually does, he's actually handling the controls today. So we want to thank him for that. He's our DJ in the house. And also he does our website for cutlerbaybiz.com. And he also does local business owners here that are in this call right now. He actually designs their website. So if you need someone to assist you with experience that knows and will be fair with a cost, Enrique is the person to call for websites and your online digital solutions. Thank you, my friend Enrique.
Thank you so much
for always being there. Ricardo, do you want to chime in? We have a couple of minutes more. Ricardo, can you unmute yourself? Let us know what.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to unmute myself.
I got you.
Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon. I'm Ricardo with MPS Credit Union. By the way, the social last week was fantastic. I really enjoyed it.
That was amazing.
You guys are a fun group, I'll give you that much.
Thank you.
Real quick, MPS Credit Union, what I specialize in is basically working with employers to show their employees financial wellness, especially now with COVID. There's a lot of financial stress that are on employees, and we basically are a credit union, so there's a lot of great programs there at no cost. But we also have programs that will help show your employees, how to relieve a lot of their financial stress. and the majority of it has no cost. So anyone from Key West all the way to Palm Beach can actually join the credit union online. And my job is basically to guide somebody at any time with doing those online applications, or if they're looking to get loans, because we do cars, boats, houses, everything you can think of. So I'm very happy to be here. I am a native of Whispering Pines, which used to be, all of the Cutler Ridge area.
Sure.
So definitely fond of being part of this group.
Yep. My kid went to Whispering Pines. Incredible.
Yeah. So I went there. My kids went there. My mom's still in her house in Whispering Pines from 1964, I believe. So.
Wow. Incredible. Well, glad to have you, Ricardo. And thank you for coming to our last social, which was at Pig Floyd. We did have a great time. Like you're saying, we are a great group. And we did very good networking there. So again, we encourage for everyone that is on this call to get the information for our next social. So Ricardo, thank you again.
Thank you, and I'll put all my information on the remarks. So.
Yes, please. Kathleen Elliott, you want to chime in, please? Let us know what you do. I'm not sure if we got her already. If not, we're going to go.
Andrea Alamo?
You did me already. I'm with Mahogany Youth.
Pictures. Okay, Andrea Alamo, please unmute yourself and let us know what you do, your name.
Hi, my name is Andrea Alamo, and I work for HVAC providers.
Okay, we can't hear you. Andrea. Hello? Okay, I think we lost her. Okay, we'll come back to her.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello, you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, so what?
Start again.
Hello?
Start again. We can hear. Okay, let's go ahead to Susie Lord. Susie. Are you with us, Susie?
Ernie, we have Jason Tilley waiting.
Yes,
and Orlando.
Well, but he's our keynote speaker. And so is Danilo. So we're going to hold on to them.
Did you
Orlando.
call Francisco already?
Orlando, you want to chime in, please? Okay, well, I guess not.
No, I'm here. I'm just driving, and I couldn't unmute myself right away.
Okay, so please let us know what you do.
How's everybody doing?
Great, great.
Okay, I've been in the real estate business for many, many years. I'm a real estate instructor. I have a real estate school, and mostly what I do now is teach people and train people in real estate, and I teach them professionals. I have a website, which is reacademy.com. I do virtual licensing courses that are only 12 hours instead of having to sit in class for 63. So that's basically what I do.
Okay, and also he is a past immediate president for Cutler Bay Business Association, and he's always encouraging business owners. He's a very good leader. Orlando, thank you for always chiming in and always being part of this. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started now with our presentation. Okay, thank you, Orlando. Okay, please, everyone, mute yourselves. At this moment, we're going to go ahead and begin with our first presenter of the day, and I have a short bio here for Mr. Jason Tilley. Is a general manager at Via Transportation, a public mobility company who, in partnership with Miami-Dade County Department of Transportation and Public Work, launched Go Connect in Cutler Bay. As a GM of Via's Transit as a service product, TAAS, Jason manages the daily operation, growth, and improvement initiatives of Via Micro Transits, deployments, and runs in partnership with cities and transit agencies. With that being said, please, let's give a warm welcome to Jason Tilley from the town of Cutler Bay here, presenting Go Connect.
Well, thank you so much for having me. One other point I'd want to call out is a huge thank you to the town of Cutler Bay, who's actually been very heavily involved in this as well. The town government, who's been instrumental in the success of the launch of this service. So I guess my screen sharing is disabled.
Enrique, we need him to share screen. Give me just 1 second.
No worries.
Or Susana, give him access.
Try again. Oh, right now, we're good now.
Jason Tilley necesita acceso para el screen.
Yes, yes.
I think I'm good now. Let's see. There we go. 1 second. Okay, so Go Connect. This is a microtransit service that is just recently launched in Cutler Bay. So as noted, this is in partnership with Miami-Dade County Transit and the town of Cutler Bay. This is an on-demand transit service. So the way to think about this is it's very similar from a user perspective as Uber and Lyft. The difference is it's more focused on shared rides. During COVID, there is still sharing, but it's limited to ensure social distancing. But anyone within the boundaries of the town of Cutler Bay is able to request a ride and get transferred anywhere within the town limits of Cutler Bay. So I'll give a brief overview of the service. We'll talk about accessibility and how all members of the community can use the service. We'll talk about our approach to safety during these COVID times. We'll also share VIA's approach to engaging with the community. And then I'd love to save some time at the end for any questions you guys have. So Go Connect is a great way to get around the Bay for free. You can book rides on your phone, or you can call in to our customer support team, who can help book a ride for anyone within the town's boundaries. We're a safe, reliable, and efficient way to get around the community. It's available 5 days a week from 5:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. It launched a little over, or I guess getting close to 2 months ago. A really cool thing about this is that this will be free. So everyone in the town can request a ride with this service for free, Monday through Friday from 5:30 a.m. To 8 p.m. So you can get anywhere around the town, any customers you have. This is a great way for them to get to reach your business, any of your employees who may be commuting in from outside of town on public transit. This is a great way for them to get to work. All anyone needs to do is create an account and then book a ride on demand from the app or by calling a customer service number. People will get picked up within minutes. I think on average, we're seeing about 6 to 7 minutes wait time before riders get picked up right now. You'll be paired with other riders heading in the same direction if there happens to be another person requesting at the same time. It's a great way to head to the transitway stations, shopping centers, or anywhere else anyone needs to go within the town of Cutler Bay. So below you can see a map of where the service operates. It effectively matches the town's boundaries. We have a few what we call points of interest highlighted. Generally, these are major shopping centers and transitway stops within the town. So going a bit into how we can make this accessible. So we have wheelchair accessible vehicles that are available during all service hours. So you can just toggle on that you need a wheelchair ride, and there will be a wheelchair van available for you. We can offer door-to-door pickups. So if there are riders, our service generally works by asking you to walk a few blocks or to the nearest corner to meet your vehicle. That tends to be more efficient. You don't need to do those circles around and pick someone up, and you can get to your destination faster. But if you have limited mobility, we can pick you up directly at your door. We have wheelchair accessible vehicles. It's great that this is free for everyone in the town. And there is a way to book via phone for users who may not have a smartphone.
Is there a quick question? Is there an age limit before, or I know the questions are for the end, Is there an age
No, that's
limit?
fine.
So let's say a 16-year-old wants to call, or a 75, 80-year-old. Is there an age limit to call, or how do you?
So there needs to be parental approval if you are under the age of 18. But the idea is if you download the app and you get your parents' permission, then you can use the service. And as far as the upper limit, there's absolutely no upper limit. We tend to find that on the more elderly people prefer to call in to book their rides, but that is absolutely something they can do. And support is available in both Spanish and English.
Okay, sorry for that interruption. Go ahead. Okay.
No, by all means. Anyone feel free to stop me at any point.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a question about that, what you just said. So so kids, like if you're a parent and you wanted to send your kid to his karate class, you could order it for them and they would be delivered to my karate school?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. That's awesome.
You know, Cindy, what we do for you?
Really? That's awesome.
You can get your kid to karate school. The thing to call out is it is a bit more like public transit. If you think of like public transit on one end of the spectrum and Uber and Lyft on the other, we are a bit more in the middle. So Johnny for karate practice might be asked to walk to the end of the street to meet his vehicle, and a few blocks away from karate class. Of course, if we do find that there are people who have a need to get picked up directly at their door, which maybe if Johnny's on the younger end, he might qualify for that, we can arrange for a door-to-door pickup.
Yep, that was my question. And we're going to go ahead and save the questions for the end. But
Okay.
go ahead, continue with your presentation.
So as I'm sure top of mind for everyone here, COVID safety is very important to us with this service. So we're very focused on keeping these rides safe. We have daily vehicle cleans, and all vehicles are equipped with EPA approved disinfecting wipes. We ensure social distancing in the vehicles. We operate with vans, which are generally Chrysler Pacificas. There is a plastic divider between the driver and the riders, and we have also limited capacity during COVID time. So in general, we can fill a van with up to 6 people, but during COVID, we're limiting to 3 passengers to allow for that social distancing. Masks are also required for drivers and highly encouraged for riders as well. We leverage our tech to remind riders before they book a ride. There's a little pop-up screen that has, hey, remember to wear your mask, wash your hands, respect social distancing, and stay home if you're not feeling well. And they must click I'm good to go and ensure that they've read all of this before they can book a ride. We also have contact tracing efforts that can help with any local authorities on contact tracing if needed. So in terms of how we like to interact with communities, our goal is really to build relationships with the community and with folks like yourselves to help explain the service and perhaps tailor the service to some specific needs within the community. So we like to do that a lot, get your feedback, see how we can improve. We're always constantly doing rider education and awareness and helping them understand the service. And the overall goal here, once again, is to provide safe, reliable, and affordable transportation for you, for your employees, and for the broader community. We prefer to get the word out through digital marketing with email blasts. We're happy to share some information if you want to put it in a newsletter. We have information we can share from our website. We have social media posts we can share. We also can produce physical assets. We have posters, and we can help deliver some flyers as well. Just generally whatever makes most sense for you and your business.
Great. All right. And now, Susana, we're open for questions. Susana's going to handle the questions for you. If anyone has any questions, do we have any questions that we want to read, Susana?
Nobody posted questions, but I know he's open to questions, and everybody can chime in. I have a question.
Sure.
I'm sorry if I missed this part, but is this something that the town is doing?
So it's a partnership between the town and Miami-Dade County.
Okay, great.
And do you have to live in Cutler Bay to use this service? No. So anyone within the boundaries can request a ride. So your trip must begin and end within the boundaries of Cutler Bay, but you do not need to be a resident of Cutler Bay to access the service.
Okay. Thank you. All right, we're gonna wrap it up with Jason because we have our next presenter, which is our main event here for today, and we don't want to lose any audience here, and everyone is just sitting tight to wait for Mr. Vargas. So, Jason, anyone has any other questions or anything you want to let us know on a website or how to download this app? Because remember, this is being recorded and we're going to share this. So let us know briefly where we can go for this.
Yeah, so you can go into the App Store or the Google Play Store and you can download the app. So just like you download Uber, Lyft, or Uber Eats or what have you, you can search for the Go Connect app. You can download the app, and it's pretty standard setting up your profile on through that method as well. I'm also happy to share like a brief flyer that can help explain like the contact number and stuff like that if you prefer to reach us over the phone.
Okay, if you could post anything here on the side, we would really appreciate it. And again, Jason, and I want to thank the town of Cutler Bay, Desiree, for helping us here. She's behind the scenes. And of course, our town manager and everyone at the town of Cutler Bay, we want to thank them for this great program to help us get around in our community at no cost. Please, let's go ahead and use this service, because if we don't use it, they're going to cut it, correct? They gave us how much time? 3 years? What's the time on this program? 3 years?
Yes, 3 years. And thanks for posting the link as well, Desiree. GoConnect.miamidade.gov is a great way to get information about this service.
Yes, so we use the service. We got funds for the next couple of years, and we need to use it. Thank you.
Jason, I have one more question. So how is it going? Are people using it? Is it busy all the time, or how is it working?
It's getting busier and busier every day, actually. Yeah, we're getting several dozen riders a day. I think we're getting closer to 40 riders a day now. And every week we're setting new and new records. So again, it seems like there's a lot of need, and people are seeing a lot of value in the service so far.
And how many vehicles do you have?
So we have 3 dedicated vehicles, and one of them is a wheelchair accessible vehicle.
Great, thank you.
By the way, I don't know if you could see this picture. Oh, no, you can't. Well, I got a picture of it yesterday. It's actually a black van that says Go Connect, and it has a Miami-Dade logo in the back window, and it's very nice. I have it here on my phone. I know you can't see it, but anyways, I got a picture of it. All right, Jason, thank you so much again.
Ernie, all right, thank you.
Yes, sir. You have a question, Danilo?
Ernie, can I ask a question?
Yes, sir, of course.
Yes, I do. Jason, is there any plans, or could there be any possibility that, because our communities are so interconnected, like Palmetto Bay and Cutler Bay are so, some of us work in Cutler Bay but live in Palmetto Bay and vice versa, etc., that there could be some collaboration, or with those, I think they have also a unit that offers a similar service. Is there any chance for collaboration on those ends?
I think certainly. I think we're pretty early on in the process, but there's been a lot of different communities who have expressed interest throughout the county, and I know the folks in Miami-Dade are constantly thinking about new ways to expand this sort of micro mobility service around the county, and I definitely think that's a great suggestion, especially with like a neighboring community like Palmetto Bay. We can figure out a way to work with them, either with a similar service or even just finding an easier way to connect with the other services they have available.
Yeah, well, you can connect.
That's awesome. But sometimes all it takes is crossing a street and you're into the next community.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a great point. Yeah, I think that's definitely something we're open to exploring in the future.
Great question, Danilo.
Cool beans.
Great question. All right. Okay, so we're going to conclude with Jason. Jason, again, thank you for your great presentation.
Sure. Thanks for having me, everyone.
All right, great. Well, okay, so that being said, thank you. Okay, so that being said, I want to give a special welcome to our keynote speaker, Mr. Danilo Vargas, and we have a bio that I would like to read on behalf of his long career here with the business. So in a career spanning of more than 25 years, Danilo Vargas has worked as a manager at various Fortune 1000 companies, as an entrepreneur, and as a small business trainer, consultant, and coach, specializing in marketing. In the past 15 years, he had the pleasure of working with more than 1,000 small business owners throughout Miami, Dade, and Latin America. including Mexico, Central America, Colombia, Puerto Rico, and Jamaica. This rich diversity of experience in multiple geographic, cultural, industries, and roles gives Danilo a unique and insignificant perspective on business and small business ownership. Danilo has been repeatedly recognized for his passion and commitment to helping local business owners to succeed. Since 2016, he has served as manager of Accelerated South Dade, the District 8 small business and nonprofit incubator, started then by the Commissioner Daniela Levine Cava in partnership with Leroy Jones and the Neighbors and Neighbors Association called NANA. Accelerated South Dade offers dedicated and shared co-working space, as well as innovative training programs designed by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. Services also include one-on-one coaching, the CEO book, club and author lectures, give and take community building sessions, and a wide variety of portfolio of online marketing support services. In March of 2020, in response to COVID-19 pandemic, Danilo launched the Morning Huddle, which is seen here every Friday, and we also participate every single Friday. Danilo is passionate about encouraging everyone to practice entrepreneurship as defined by Harvard Business School professor Howard Stevenson, the pursuit of opportunity despite resources control. Entrepreneurship is not for the privileged few, said Danilo. It should be an opportunity to all. Please, let's give Danilo Vargas a round of applause and a warm welcome to the CBBA Luncheon 2021 meeting.
Thank you so much, Ernie. I thought you were going to pare it down a little bit. That was the long version, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And can I share my screen before I get started? I'm going to go ahead and share my slides, and I want to make sure that everybody can see it. Can we see it? Can you guys see the first slide?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, fantastic. Yes. Well, guys, my name is Danilo Vargas. Ernie, thank you so much for the invitation. Cindy, thank you for the invitation. It's an honor to be here with you. I'm super excited because I want to share some ideas about something that's become even more important in the era of COVID and beyond, right? Which is how to market your business with online video. And hopefully we're all ready to turbocharge our marketing and sales through that channel. And so one of the things I want to ask you up front, and it's so great to see so many of you that I know and some new faces as well, is that we have to ask ourselves if we are ready for the new economy, right? The post-COVID era that's emerging slowly, because hopefully by the end of this year, things will return to some semblance of normalcy. But we have to be honest that life is not going to return perfectly to the way it was before COVID. There's going to be a lot of changes. Behaviors of consumers have dramatically changed. The challenges that business owners face have dramatically changed. Many businesses, unfortunately, and it breaks my heart to say it, have gone out of business. And so the challenges are going to continue to be quite significant. And we have to kind of understand that we as entrepreneurs need to step up our game. And I want to share some insights around one of the ways that we can do that. Now, since COVID started, I've seen two things with my clients, right? Two areas that are chronically in need of attention. On one end, the obvious one, right? We had a decline in business, so therefore we had a decline in revenues, which means we had to inject capital into your business in order for us to stay open. And so that's been a huge challenge. And that's one of the things we've addressed at Accelerate South Dade through the Morning Huddle, et cetera, that we want to make sure that you have the capital, and do you know the rules of the PPP, and do you know who's also lending money, forgivable loans, grants that may be available. And I want to invite all of you guys to tune into the Morning Huddle. Enrique can perhaps help me put the link to the registration, because the whole point of the Morning Huddle is for us to stay connected every single week to each other so we can help each other out, and also connected to the leaders that are able to help us, right? I've invited mayors. We have people that have, the SBA has been a part of the huddle. They come and they tell you firsthand what you need to be doing to inject the capital that you need in your business. But there's another issue, right? Sometimes you can't throw money at a problem. It's not the only issue. So the other big area where businesses are struggling is with marketing. So we launched at Accelerate South Dade a campaign, a class that was 10 weeks long called Press Start, How to Generate Online Leads. And I had some great participants and they told me that they loved the class because it clarified for them how they should move forward in this digital world that we're moving to. You know, digital marketing, the e-commerce sector has boomed during COVID and it's going to continue on that track. So we have to be ready to play at that level. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. Hopefully you're all ready to turbocharge your marketing and sales, because that's what I want to talk to you about today. So when we talk about video though, right? I'm going to be honest. You know, I don't like cameras. I tend to be a shy person. No, people tell me, Danny, give me a break. You're not shy. Yes, I am. It's just that I've practiced a lot. And so when I say video and I say cameras and things of that nature, let's be honest, in public speaking in general, right? Because even though you're not speaking in front of a big audience, you're still speaking to a Zoom audience or a Facebook Live audience, right? You still have a big group of people watching, all eyes on you. So when we think of public speaking and video marketing, people are of two minds. Some people are naturally, comfortable in the limelight. They don't mind the attention, and so they're happy to do it, and they flourish in this new situation that we're in. But some of us are on the shyer side, on the introverted side, and some great talented people are on that side. And when you say, come and give a speech in front of 100 folks or 1,000 folks, or you say, get in front of the camera, well, it's a wake-up call, right? It's not the easiest thing for us to embrace. And this must be a big part of a lot of small business owners, because I do not see the adoption of video marketing as a tool to increase and turbocharge our sales and marketing efforts, right? I don't see that yet. We need to step up in this regard, and that's what I want to inspire you to do today. Now, that being said, it's really as simple as Nike's slogan, right? Just do it. Just do it. That's the takeaway from today. Don't overthink it. Don't over plan for it. Just start doing it, maybe this week, maybe today, and just embrace it and include it amid the different tools that you use to market and promote your business. So today's presentation has 4 parts, okay? Number 1, I want to talk to you about the opportunity that's in front of us. I want you to see it clearly, because it is massive, the opportunity that you have to make more money, right? That's what I want you guys to do, is make more money. Of course, it's not about money, so don't misunderstand me. It's always about serving other people, helping other people in their lives and how to live a better life. But at the end of the day, I love entrepreneurs. I love small business owners. I want you guys to make money, okay? So there's an opportunity for it, but there's an obstacle. There's a problem, right? And I want to also acknowledge that problem and give you some ideas on how you can create a practice, as Seth Godin says, to tackle those problems and obstacles. And lastly, I want to share some quick video content ideas so that you don't have to break your head thinking about, hey, what kind of videos can I create? Let me give you a couple of ideas, 16 of them to be exact, so that you can figure out what kind of videos you want to make for your customers and your prospects. So that being said, let's talk about the opportunity. So the opportunity is massive, and check this out. I want to share some data that I did some research, and this is what the data that's out there based on studies of what's going on with video marketing. One of the things I found is that 6 out of 10 people prefer to watch online videos rather than watch television. Can you imagine? Television shows are beautifully photographed. They have scripts and great actors and all this production value. And yet, 6 out of 10 people would rather watch some sort of video on YouTube or some other channel of that nature than watch those high production videos or television shows. We've come a long way. This wasn't the case 5 or 10 years ago. We're in a different world now. And after COVID, I would argue this has accelerated, okay? So the other thing is that, check this out, 78% of people watch online videos at least weekly, and 55% of them watch these videos every single day. Wouldn't we want to put our videos in front of them every single day or every week at least, right? Big opportunity. Another thing is that when you put forth a message about your business, right? To tell them how great you are and how many ways you can actually help them and benefit their life. It turns out that 95% of the message sticks to their brain if it's through a video. And yet, if you put it in some kind of written form, whether it's an email or whether it's some sort of ad or on your website, and you're asking them to read, well, guess what? They only retain 10% of it. So video helps with retention of your message. And this is very important for us because we want them to remember our business. Now, that being said, it's also interesting that 92% of people that watch videos on mobile are willing to share it. So now imagine if they're watching your video and they're sharing it right then and there on their mobile phone with their friends and family members. That's the kind of promotion that we want. And also, this is one of the things that's just shocking to me, right? 80%, when you use video, your conversion rates will go up by up to 80%. So this is like putting any of your marketing messages, whether it's your website, whether it's an email, whether it's your Facebook feed, Instagram feed, when you use video, you're actually kind of injecting steroids into your marketing because the conversion rate, the rate at which you get people to do what you want them to do, like click here, go to my website, download my book, my ebook, right? Go to our store, goes up 80% when you incorporate videos. And all of us have seen this in some way, shape, or form, right? We've seen that when we post a video on Facebook, that it tends to be more popular than when I put a little graphic on Facebook. We've seen that with our own two eyes. So by simply using video, you can increase your conversion rates by up to 80%. I think that's blockbuster. And it's really like putting your content on steroids. So why not take advantage of it, guys? So that's some of the raw data from the perspective of the user. Let me share what professional marketers are saying about video today and in the future, right? So they asked a bunch of fancy marketers, how do you expect investment in media channels to change in 2021? And check this out. 70% of these fancy marketers that work for big corporations and big brands, they said that they expect online video in 2021 to increase in investment. That means they're going to bet more money, more time and energy and resources towards online video in 2021. Why would you say they are doing that? They're doing that because they see the opportunity that the economy has shifted towards this model and they're going to go all in on it, right? So 70% said they're going to increase the investment. 19% say that it's going to stay about the same, the level they're investing. Okay, so that's right there is 90% that are investing more or going to maintain their investment in video marketing. That's very powerful. And it's a sign of what we, the smaller companies, should be looking at and doing as well. So the next thing I want to share with you is, how do you expect investment in digital platforms to change in 2021? Another question asked of the fancy marketers. And you know what they said? YouTube, number one. Okay, they expect that to increase as a platform and an investment in a platform in next year. So they anticipate spending more money and resources to invest in YouTube. 54%. 24% are going to maintain their investment, and only 3% think they're going to invest less, and only 19%, maybe these are the folks that are waiting to see what happens, are sitting on the sidelines a little bit and missing opportunities. 19% said they don't pursue that platform. So YouTube and Google, if you notice, have something in common. They're the same company, yes. But what I mean is that sometimes we don't realize that Google is the #1 search engine on the planet. The #2 biggest search engine on the planet is is YouTube. So Google owns the #1 and #2 spot on search. So when we are not on YouTube, that's a powerful search engine where we are not leveraging the resources, which are, by the way, free. So huge opportunity for us to invest in this medium. And also we've seen it with COVID, right? Most of us have, by force of necessity, had to embrace video. You know, I have my own little studio here. I did not have a studio before COVID. I didn't really use or care for green screens. I have one now, as you can see from my background. And so I have a microphone. I've got a little techie. I'll be honest. I've got a little techie, and people look at me funny a little bit here in the house. But hey, it's okay. I like to put forth as professional an image as possible, but that's not the game we all have to play. So, but the fact of the matter is, video today is our part of our daily life. Look what we're doing here. We used to meet at Eastridge, and I used to host many of those meetings, and I loved it because I love seeing people shaking their hand and getting to see them eye to eye. But today we're reduced to Zoom, and Zoom has both pros and cons, right? So one of the pros is that you can reach so many more people, and they don't have to leave their locale to go visit you and be in transit for a commute. So there's a lot of advantages, right? It's not all bad, it's not all good. So we have to understand the situation and see how we need to move within it. So kids are studying, they're being homeschooled through the school system from home. Meetings are happening. We're being productive. People thought that if we were doing video and home office productivity would drop. It hasn't dropped. It's maintained itself. And so you see that this is a new way forward, right? This is going to be the new reality for us. Even when COVID becomes something in the rear view mirror, we are going to be using Zoom and these tools going forward because we've seen the benefits. We've seen it, and I think we like it because, wow, it's so cool to be at home without having to drive someplace. We're going to get back to those meetings where we have to drive, but we're going to keep some of the Zoom and some of the online video situations and meetings that we're going to be doing. So the situation will be a hybrid in the future. Right now, it's a lot of Zoom or online meetings, but in the future, it's going to be a hybrid. So we have to develop the skills, okay, to compete in that new economy. And one of the coolest things I found, and this is probably especially due to COVID, is that guess what? We think that, oh my God, we have to create a Hollywood production if I'm going to be on online video. Well, guess what? The data is showing that lo-fi or low fidelity technology works just fine. Nobody's asking you to create a Hollywood blockbuster, the next Avengers or some Disney production. No. What they want from you is for you to be real with them, for you to connect one heart to another heart, right? Those are the companies that we're going to invest in, right? Those are the companies that we trust. I trust many people in the CBBA because I have that heart-to-heart connection with Ernie, with Enrique, with Sensei Cindy. Those are known companies. I know their hearts, and therefore we connect with them. And we want to do business with our friends, don't we? With people we trust and know. So the most important thing is for you not to put pressure to create a Hollywood blockbuster or that kind of level of production. No one's asking you to do that. What customers are asking for is for you to be real, to be authentic, and to let them know that you care about their well-being, and that you show up to serve them every single day. That's the opportunity. And I think that's, to me, inspirational, that I don't need a big budget. I don't need a production team. All I need is to care about my customers. And even during COVID, I'm asking the question, how can we serve our customers better? And if you do that, well, it's going to help you with video marketing. It's going to help you with any aspect of your business, right? So my message is simple. The opportunity is clear. This is the way to go in video marketing, right? Just do it. Now, we know that that's easier said than done. There is a problem. There are some obstacles. So let's talk about them. The first problem, and I'm going to be very honest. I'm the first person that shies away from camera. So the first problem is that, I'm sorry, I went one slide ahead. The first problem is that we tend to be shy, most people, around cameras, around public attention, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the first obstacle. It's an inner battle that we have to fight because, we all think that we're not gorgeous enough to be on video. That's a human trait, right? Some of us struggle with it more than others, but we have this feeling that, there's something called imposter syndrome. That's a real thing. Some great people think that they're imposters, right? It's a natural human thing. We're shy. It's tough to overcome millennia of DNA programming that's told us don't stick out because there's lions, And there's threats out here and predators. So if you stick out, right, you're going to be prey. That's what we think when we're in front of an audience. So it's an inner battle that we have to fight because nobody really cares about some of the things we're thinking about, that's where that shyness comes from. You think the audience is focused on that. No, they just want to connect with you as a human being. How can you help them? That's what they want to hear. So shyness and that introversion, that fear of having the limelight is one of the obstacles. The other obstacle is the tech side, right? This is some new language, right? What was Zoom before COVID, right? And COVID forced us to use these software tools to go on Facebook Live or Instagram Live or live, this or that or the other. Before COVID, yeah, we heard about it. I had a Zoom account before COVID, but I didn't live in that account every single day. Now, boy, I'm well versed on Zoom, and I'm still learning because it keeps evolving, right? It keeps changing. So you can't just stay stuck. You got to keep learning what's out there. What are the new tools? How did you do this? How did you do that? What's new from the different social platforms? So lots to learn. And so the tech side can be a challenge. What kind of camera? What should I be fussing about, right? It's complicated. So that's an obstacle. Then there's another obstacle that I think that I hear from a lot of clients, and that is that, okay, so all right, I'll do videos, but what am I going to do videos about, right? They think like, well, I got nothing exciting to say. I have nothing that people would want to look at in a video. And so we don't have a story that shows the customer how much we love them, how much we care about them, all the lengths that we go to serve their needs, right? We don't have a good story. So that gets in the way. Yeah, if I don't have a message, if I don't have a script, if I don't have a good story to tell, of course I'm going to be, shy about getting in front of the camera. What am I going to say? So the messaging, the storytelling is a problem. Then, of course, there's another problem tied to that, right? That even when we kind of see the story, all right, well, I want to get people to buy. I can tell them about the discounts that we have, the sales that are going on. Well, guess what? That works for a little bit. But people get tired of hearing from you that you have a sale. I get a lot of text and I get some video messaging. And it's also about, hey, we have a buy one, get one. Hey, we have a discount for this. We have a sale for that. It's like, hey, I'm not buying this stuff every single day. So it was relevant to me last week, but not this week or the next week. It's not relevant to me. So if all you come with is commercial pitches, then people are going to tune you out. And part of the storytelling is the fact that you have to understand what it is you really sell, right? For example, and I'll give you an example here. Do you think for a moment that Harley Davidson sells motorcycles? They do not sell motorcycles. What Harley Davidson sells is something much bigger than that, because how do I know that? Well, because people love Harley Davidson, right? That's a company that people tattoo on their bodies. When was the last time you saw somebody tattoo Honda motorcycles on their body, right? Or wearing all the apparel from that company. I'm a motorcycle rider, so I like talking about motorcycles. And so Harley Davidson is not selling motorcycles, okay? Because otherwise they would lose, because there's a lot of other great motorcycles out in the marketplace. But those motorcycles are missing an element that Harley has. And I want you to think about it. What does Harley have that Honda motorcycles does not? And it's not quality, because I would argue that my Honda is probably better than the Harley. Yeah, it's arguable, but it's not a quality issue, right? It's something else that Harley's tapping into. That's that same thing that you have to tap into. And then the last problem is that we approach the task of creating videos as amateurs, when really we need to approach it as professionals. And by professional, I don't mean that you're ready for the PGA Tour, or you're going to go to the NBA. That's not what it means for us. What professional means for us is that we're going to show up to the task to do it seriously, that we are going to get it done, right? That there's going to be a process. It's not going to be willy-nilly, ad hoc, helter-skelter. It's going to be something that you're going to do mindfully, intentionally, and you have an outcome that you have in mind that you're going to create, which is, let's be honest, generate more leads, right? Generate more sales, put more people into your funnel. That's what you want to do. And so the problem is we don't show up to do it seriously. We do it ad hoc. We'll make one video, but then the next week, no video. The next week after that, no video. Then another video. But then there's 3 weeks between that video and the next one. And so it's inconsistent. And that's why it doesn't work, because customers see that you're not consistent and they tune you out. too many other people are selling the same thing you're selling. And so we miss out. So that's a problem. So what I want to encourage you is to consider creating a practice, right? And I'm stealing this straight up from Seth Godin. He has a new book. I should pitch it because I'm stealing his idea, which it's called The Practice. And it's how we can overcome some of these issues that we're dealing with, you know, that we know we have some great things to say, right? We know we have some, all of you have so many wonderful sources of expertise. You're a font of ideas. You have so much to share. And how do we get to that point when you're sharing it? Because that will be blockbuster for you. And it requires a practice. That's how you tackle the obstacles and the problem. So let's look at the practice vis-a-vis the problems one by one. So we have a shyness problem, an introversion problem. We don't want to get out there in front of the limelight, right? I'm going to share with you something that changed my life. You know, you guys know that I'm a member of, many of you know that I'm a member of Toastmasters. I swear by that organization because when I set out to start in business, I knew that I wanted to be a leader. I knew that I wanted to be successful. And to be a successful leader, you have to be in the limelight. You have to lead. People are counting on you. They're looking to you. So you have to leave ego and how do I look and the whole thing. I mean, that's great. If you want to look great, put on the makeup, make sure you look sharp. There's nothing wrong with that. But I noticed that when I would get nervous and petrified, really, because I had a panic of speaking in public, I'll be honest. And I've had the experience of freezing in front of 300 people on a stage, right? That's as bad as it gets. But I wanted to be a leader. And so that's core for me. So instead of focusing on the ego side, worrying about, oh my God, am I going to look like a fool? Do I really know what I'm talking about? Am I an imposter? Am I blah, 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 blah? I'm going to focus on my values. And one of the things that I care about is helping other people. Always, since I was a kid, I love being of service to others. You guys are the same. How do I know that? Because you're taking the hard route. You're all entrepreneurs. You're all business owners. Guess what? That's not a 9-to-5, right? Having a job is easy. Running your own business is not. And you guys all said, I want to take the harder path. And one thing you'll learn in business real quick is you will starve unless you're focused on how to help the customer live a better life. So most of us, I'm certain of it, right, have powerful values around service to other people. Now, when you show up to the camera or in front of the audience and you focus on your value of serving other people, what information can I share? And how can I share with passion so that they see that I care? That this is not just another talk, another slideshow with a bunch of bullets, but that I care about that human being. Your success. When I focus on the values, I don't know what it does for other people, but for me, it's a jolt in the arm. It's like, it's a shot of like the strongest coffee. It just supersizes my ability to communicate with other people. Because instead of focusing on how do I look, you know, and all that stuff, fussing about silliness, and I focus more on the part of how can I be of service? How can I contribute? How can I build people up today? I have an opportunity today on this talk. There's 15, 20 people on this call. Maybe something I say will help them make more money. So let me show up to the task with that mentality of the value systems that I carry in my heart, the things I would cry for, okay? I would not cry for Netflix if they took it away from me. But if you took away my ability to serve others, I would probably shrivel up and die. Let's be honest. That's how core it is with me. And you guys have your own values. There's no right or wrong values. Instead of focusing on your ego, focus on your value system, on what really matters to you, and show up with that to the task, okay? The second problem is we have a technology problem, but I'm here to share some good news, right? We think that we need this, we need a studio, right? Again, remember, we don't need a hi-fi production. So forget about that studio. You don't need that to be successful with video. So remember, lo-fi is okay. The pandemic has swept aside expectations of highly polished content. What an opportunity. People do not expect you to have a Hollywood production. They want you to be real. They want to see a real human being standing in front of them. That's an opportunity for us, right? We don't have to fuss about tech, and you already have everything you need to get started. Let me show you how. So number one, you have your phone, right? And you probably have a computer. but the computer is optional. These phones are so powerful. They have such capacity, even for all kinds of tasks and processing power, that it took a computer 10, 15 years ago. Now you can do it on your phone. It has a camera both on one side and the other side, right? It's a 4K camera, I'm willing to bet, right? With a massive big screen. And so you have everything you need in the palm of your hands. No more budget required, right? Now, if you want to turn a little more pro, you might need a tripod. I'll grant you that. They're very useful because you can stand in front of it, and you don't have to worry about somebody holding the camera in front of you. Either a tripod or some kind of extension stick or things of that nature. Things that we already use probably, right? And then lastly, the one thing I would recommend is that everybody gets a lavalier mic. You can connect it to your phone, right? And people can hear you crystal clear, because the evidence shows that people are okay with grainy, fuzzy video. They don't care that it's not 8K video, right? But they do care that they can hear traffic, that they can hear the wind, that they can hear like background noise, and they can't focus on your voice. They do care about that. So I would encourage you to invest the money to buy a simple little lavalier mic, preferably with a long cord, so you can put your phone far away if you need to, right? And talk into that mic. The sound will be perfect, okay? And the people are going to love your video. So how much does this cost? The phone you already have in your hand. No money required. That tripod, for a good one, I encourage you to buy a good one. 30 bucks. Okay. And lastly, that mic, you can get it for 20 bucks. That's it. No brand names. Just get something that is simple. $50, you're in business. Now you're going to say, some people are going to say, well, Danny, hold on a second. How about lighting, man? I need lights and, it's a studio production. No, it's not. Best lighting in the world. It's outside lighting. Stand in the shade and you got the best lighting known to man. If you are doing it indoors, stand in front of a window, okay? Or in a room that's well lit. Okay, that's it. That's it. Because you can even edit the video for light later in the software that you use on your phone. You can actually control video. You've seen it on iPhones, for example, which is what I use. You have a video and you can control the lighting from there. So if it's a little bit dark, you can adjust it a little bit. No fuss, no muss. Okay. So no lighting. How about editing? Right? Oh my God, I gotta edit and splice and all this stuff. Well, we have something called live streaming. Right now, I'm not rehearsing a script. I'm doing this live, in a sense, to you guys in front of a live studio audience. So I know what I'm talking about, so I don't need to be thinking it over. And if I say a couple of ums and ahs, it's okay. No one's gonna laugh. It's perfectly okay. We're human beings. Who talks perfect all the time, right? So editing, if you need to do editing because you want to do some kind of cool special effects and you're playing with the medium, fantastic. Yes, there's a lot of editing software tools that are free or low cost that you can get from Google Play or from the Apple App Store. And you can edit your videos right there with the app that comes with your camera on your phone. So you don't need a fancy editor. We're not making Star Wars, right? So have fun with it and you're done. So the tech side is taken care of, okay? Now, here's a more important problem I think we face, and that is that we're not intentional, right? We're not planning the process of creating these videos. So I want you to get intentional about it. I want you to realize, to understand what kinds of videos you're going to create. What kind of content are you going to create that would really be, number one, entertaining or useful or educational, okay, for your customers. Not everything has to be serious. Not everything has to be educational and informational. Have you seen the videos on TikTok? I saw a Washington Post reporter talking about the news, but creating TikTok videos for it. So there's kind of serious videos, but they're funny, funny, funny. So you not only laugh, but you also stay well informed about what's going on in the news. And I was thinking, wow, this reporter is really talented. And some of us are funny by nature. And if you're funny by nature, you should consider making funny videos or going live more often or recording a webinar or a seminar or a Zoom meeting or whatever. There's so many ways to make videos, but decide what you feel comfortable with, what kinds of videos, and go ahead and get busy, right? But you're also going to need to figure out what's the frequency of these videos. Do I want to do one a week, one every 3 days, et cetera, et cetera. So decide what you can do Don't try to do everything at once, but start. Don't wait. The opportunity is here. The bus is here. Get on the bus, right? Get on the video marketing bus today. Don't let it leave you behind. Then you have to decide after the frequency, when are you going to publish them? Are you going to do it every Wednesday, or are you going to do it Tuesdays and Thursdays, right? And I can tell you, I see the people on this call. I would love to see your videos. I would love to have your expertise in a video format. I'm always telling Sensei Cindy that, hey, Sensei, why don't you teach me about self-defense? I know she teaches women, but guys need that too, Sensei. So how about you send me a weekly video where you can teach me some moves, so I can protect myself out there and things of that nature. Or maybe for health, right? For health, what kind of karate, what does karate have to say about longevity and stretching and keeping your muscles fit and firm? Wouldn't that be a great video to see from the sensei? I know it would be for me, and I would love to see it, and most of us would too, right? And I heard so many other stories, right? Videos about health, about vitality, et cetera, et cetera. Figure out the publish dates of those videos you're going to create. Put it on a calendar. Don't leave it up to what happens that day or how you feel that morning. I was going to do videos today, but I'm not in the mood. Don't leave it up to the mood, right? Let's face it. The Miami Herald comes out every day. It doesn't matter if those people are in the mood, right? Why do they do that? Because they have a process. They adjust themselves to the process. The Miami Herald comes out every single day, rain or shine. Even during a hurricane, they were publishing the Miami Herald. And I remember that headline from Andrew, massive headline that said, "We need help." There was no light, there was no help, and yet the Miami Herald was still getting published. That's a good example to keep in mind. How do you make it so that you put it on a calendar, you have a production process, which is as simple as putting the camera in front of you, right? And batching your videos. Very important point. Try to see where you can go live is great, because you can say every Friday, I'm going to go live with my tribe. That's what I do with the Google, with the morning huddle, right? But what if you said, I'm going to record some stuff, a bunch of lessons about karate or Tai Chi or whatever, or vitality, a series on your ligaments and your joints. Let's say if I'm selling anything about wellness, every Friday I'm going to go live. But then I want to create a series and I'm going to record it. Guess what you should do? Record, schedule yourself for 3 or 4 hours of your day, schedule it there so nothing intrudes on your schedule, okay? Somebody calls you for an appointment. Hey, that time from 12 to 3 is taken. I'm sorry. We all know how to do this, right? We're intentional now. So I block it off in my calendar, and from 12 to 3, I'm going to create 3, 4, 5 videos. And if I create 5 videos and I set my frequency is going to be only once a week, you just made 5 weeks of content that you can share throughout all of social media, no matter what platforms you're on, right? That's how you do it. Don't wait for that week. So this week I'm going to talk about this, next week that. And then you record it on the Monday, this Monday, and then the next Monday. But what if you get sick? What if something happens? And Murphy is always hanging around, right? Things don't go as we plan. But guess what? If you get sick or something happens or emergency happens and you can't make that video, you have 5 videos, as they say in Hollywood, in the can, ready to go. Already scheduled, actually, on Facebook or your channels or your blog. They're scheduled 5 weeks in advance. That's how you turn professional about doing this. That's all. Nothing complicated. Nothing that's going to dramatically disrupt your life. Okay? And I want you to start small. Don't try to become now the producer of video content extraordinaire. No, if you're not creating any video content, can you just start? And if you already started and you maybe pump out 1 a week consistently, could you do 2 a week? Right? Learning in life and acquiring new skills is kind of like walking up a spiral staircase. You got to go 1 rung at a time. And sometimes you don't see what's in the next, what's up ahead, right? So just go 1 step above where you're at today. Once you get to that level, go 1 more step higher than that. That's how, over a course of a year, imagine, you're going to be in a place you're not even going to recognize. You're going to be a producer of great content and people are going to love it. Trust me, they're going to love it. So to wrap up, I want to share some kinds of content ideas, right? And before I get into this, just 16 different tips real quick that I'm going to share with you. Remember what I said about Harley Davidson, that they don't sell motorcycles. You don't sell a commodity, okay? No matter what it is. If you sell vitamins, you don't sell vitamins. What do you sell? You sell the functional benefits that your products provide, and also the emotional benefits that your products provide, and how people feel using your product, okay? So remember that is how you make people feel, and hopefully your brand and your video makes people feel great about themselves in some way, okay? So let me share 16 different types of content ideas that you can create videos around. And notice, these are not Hollywood productions. So the first one would be announcements, right? All companies are always doing something. You might have a new hire, or you might change a vendor, or you might launch a new product or service or event. So anytime you have an announcement in your business because some news is happening, put it on a video, then put it on an email, or put it on your social media channels, or put it on your blog. That's great content because people want to know what's new, what's going on. What are you guys doing for Valentine's Day? Hey, we have an announcement. For Valentine's, we're celebrating love by XXX, right? Or XYZ, whatever. So announcements are a good source of videos. If you're humorous and you have a knack for comedy, consider making funny parodies of things that happen. You know, the cars breaking down or messes, right? I heard Freddie that he does a lot of cleanup and getting things tidy and neat, and helping homeowners and business owners, etc. And so funny parodies about making messes or something like that. And Freddie's a funny guy. So Freddie, maybe you can do some cool videos around that and have your own TikTok channel. Who knows? You could go viral. And then, of course, client testimonials on video. What sells better than other people singing your praises, right? That's powerful. How-to videos, right? All of us have expertise. All of you are experts at what you do. I think because we're in our world so much and in our own heads, and because we tend to discount how hard it was for us to achieve that expertise, but how maybe not as valued by the consumer that expertise might be. I think we hold things and we think it's only interesting to us. But listen, I don't know anything, and I'm no expert on how to make a sword or make some fine, sword like in Toledo in Spain. But I saw a video of how they take a piece of metal, right, and they shape it into the shape of a sword or a beautiful knife for decoration. And you see how the rusted metal turns into this beautiful sword or blade. And I was just mesmerized. Just that process. Now, to that sword maker or blade maker, maybe they do this every day and they think, oh, who cares? Nobody cares about what I do here. Get out of here. Go film something else. But no, that's fascinating. People love to know how the magic is made, right? How does the magic trick happen? People love that. What's some of the behind the scenes or how-tos that you can create? Questions and answers. I guarantee you that in every business, your salespeople are answering the same 35 questions over and over and over and over again. So why not take every one of the questions that customers give you and create a video around answering it in a thorough way, right? So that could be a powerful set of videos. Behind the scenes, when like setting up for this call, people love to see the lifestyle and what people go through, right? You've seen this reality TV shows. We love to see the whole situation and how people are facing, impending doom, and yet they are able to launch the production. We love to see the behind the scenes of how the sausage was made, right? So why don't you take them behind the curtain and show them, hey, we're getting ready for this event. And I just wanted to show you, we have here, all these people, they're helping them out. And see, they're setting up the stage and they're doing all this. People love that. So if you can create some behind the scenes video, so let them see that you're a human being and that you sometimes sweat and that you run around crazy, but it's all for them, right? It's all to help the customer be happy. People love seeing that stuff. The other thing is product demos and reviews, right? Who doesn't watch these things, right? I bought a helmet recently for my motorcycle lifestyle, and I was watching left and right videos of product reviews and demonstrations of why this helmet is particularly good because it has these features. If you sell products, why don't you have like a little QVC situation going where you say, hey, today I'm going to talk to you about one of the speakers that we sell, right? Here it is. It's a speaker. It's got a lot of great power, great sound. Let me walk you through the features that this speaker has. And then you just tell them what is what, and you put it away. I've met people at the CBBA that have products, and I don't see the videos. And I'm saying, what an opportunity missed. Simple. You're an expert on that product. Tell us about why that product is so cool. Okay. And also in reviews, right? You could also do reviews of products and say, I like this product because of this. I don't like it because of that. The other thing is the show creation process, right? Show the creation process. How do you make the thing happen? I did this with my nephews the other day. I love to draw and paint, and I was working on a sketch of the Winnie the Pooh and his friends in the forest, right? And I wanted to create a little piece of art for my nephews. And so I was, they were enthralled because I was sending them the sketchy part, the light sketch, then a little more detail, and then some color being added, and then the final production. And they were like, wow, my uncle knows, he's an artist, right? That's show them the creation or the creative process behind what you do, right? Show them that. They will love you for it. Common mistakes and misconceptions that people have about your product, your industry, let them know about that. Create some videos around those themes. Team spotlights, right? You have a great team. So why can't we on the website and on social media have a spotlight of X team member, Y team member? Let them see that your staff is full of human beings that have different personalities and different perspectives. And this one likes to ride motorcycles. This one's an artist. This one's a poet. This one is, a black belt. When people see that human side of your business, they're going to connect with you more. Okay. Who's your chef at your restaurant, right? Who are the instructors in your academy, right? Who's a member of your team? Why did you select them? What do you love about them? And profile them in a video. The other thing is interviews. People love interviews, right? So maybe you can take a leadership position in your business and interview the main players in your industry. Interview them right on Zoom, just like we're doing today. We all know how to do it now, right? COVID helped us get over this hump of accepting the change and embracing video. All of us are learning how to deal with Zoom. So why couldn't you do an interview with other people, like customers, for example? Rosalinda sells jewelry. There could be an interview like QVC style of, when QVC, you listen to QVC and somebody bought that ring you're looking at and they call in and say, oh my God, I love the ring because of this and that. And everybody always says, oh, what a beautiful ring. People love that. Showcase what you're doing, right? That's an opportunity through interviews. Whiteboarding. Many of us here are very, very knowledgeable, right? So Mr. George, for example, super knowledgeable person. I would love to see him at a whiteboard explaining some concept that's going to help me as a customer understand longevity, right? How does that work? What are the key aspects under his model of longevity and securing that for your future? Wouldn't that be an awesome whiteboard that he could do and send us all that video? We would all be in rapt attention. I guarantee it. Unboxings are fun, right? Like the little kid opens the Nintendo and he says, oh my God, it's a Nintendo. So this is a big thing, showing your products and unboxing them, okay? Or showcasing other people's products. It all depends on your business. But unboxing videos are hot, right? People want to see how this works. And for example, in photography, you might be a wedding photographer and you say, well, I don't sell products, so what am I going to unbox? Well, you can still unbox because you are a connoisseur of cameras, for example. And so let's say you bought a new camera and you want to unbox it for the customer. The customer sees that you're a professional, you're knowledgeable, and that you have the latest tech gear and all this good stuff. So it's a way to connect with them, to them to see behind the scenes at the expertise that it takes to shoot a wedding. So an unboxing can help you in surprising ways.
Okay,
a
Danilo.
day in the life. Yes. I'm almost done, Ernie. I just need one more minute.
Just one question, because I missed out. I got 100 notes from you here. This is very good, but I missed out. What was the whiteboards? What do you do with
whiteboards, Ernie, is if you, for example, you as a, I would love a whiteboard from Ernie, who's an HVAC expert. I would love a whiteboard where you say, guys, for your residential air conditioning unit, I want to tell you the 5 things that you should be focused on to keep it in good working order and lower your energy bill, right? And then you whiteboard it. So energy efficiency, and you make a connection, and you draw a diagram, or you explain to me how a condenser works, Ernie. I have no idea. To me, my AC unit is magic. You understand? It's magic. It breaks. I'm not happy. I call the magician to come fix it. It'd be really cool if someone would explain to me how an AC unit works. That's what you can whiteboard. You can draw like you're teaching a class.
Got
Make
it.
sense?
Got it. Thank you. Go ahead.
People are
Sorry
fascinated
for
by that. Yeah, absolutely. So
I'm taking too
yeah,
many
no
notes.
worries. I'm almost done.
Everybody
I'm
should be
almost done.
taking
So-
notes. Everyone should be taking notes. Go ahead.
Absolutely. So a day in the life of Ernie, you know, he does a lot of great things. You know, I didn't know anything. When Ernie showed up, he was a DJ. Okay. And he helped us throw some great parties. But then he started walking me through, hey, Danny, come with me, man. Come to my school. See what I do. And I'm like, wow, Ernie, you do all this? How are people supposed to buy from you if they don't see all the things you do? Right? Now I have an appreciation for what Ernie does. The day in the life of Ernie, I get it now. How he helps different, resellers to make sure they get the deals, and he helps them design the solution for his. I'm educated now about what Ernie does, but he could have made it easier for me. Instead of making me go to his school, which I would love to do because Ernie's my friend and I would do whatever for him, but not everyone's going to have that time. But he could still do it by recording a day in the life. Hey guys, I'm getting ready, right? Like a selfie type of thing. I'm getting ready to go teach a class. Today I'm going to talk to these guys about how to market their HVAC business, because a lot of them don't understand this. And I think it's critical to being successful. And I'll talk to you guys on the other end. And that's it. You went live for like 1 minute, 30 seconds, but people are seeing the behind the scenes, a day in the life of Ernie. And so they're getting an appreciation of your dedication, your commitment, what you're doing, right? How you help the community, how you're going to go in there and teach a class that's going to help 30 young men, have a prosperous business that then can sustain a family. But if you don't show me the video, Ernie, to me, it's just HVAC, whatever that means, because I don't know. I just like it nice and cool in my house. That's all I know, right? So these are ways that we can make what we do come alive for the customer. And all of us have that opportunity. I don't care what you sell. Before and after pictures are great, right? You're a salon stylist. Look at me before, look at me after, right? This, right? HVAC can do this. All kinds of stuff. Anybody, right? Somebody who was a white belt that showed up to Sensei Cindy, and now 2 years later, look at him. He couldn't stand on one foot at first, but now he's a black belt. Look at him now, before and after. Powerful videos, right? So in company tours, I would love to see a company tour of the dance studio, of the karate studio. At CBBA, we talk about, let's have these events at these locations so we can showcase that business. COVID took us off that game. But why? Who says that COVID stopped us from doing a tour? Guys, Cindy, take us on a tour of the dance studio. Let's check it out. Let's see how it looks. Let's see a class, like 5 minutes of a class, so people can get an idea of how it feels to walk up to the studio, right? And then take a tour of it. And you're explaining, look, this is what we do here. And, here we have the weapons that we use for martial arts. And this one is called I don't know, whatever. And this one's it's called a staff. And this is a sword or whatever. That's a great opportunity to take people on a virtual tour of what you do, of the place where the magic happens. So there is simply no shortage of ways that we can tell a better, more vivid story for the customers. And not just the customers, for the prospects, right? For the people that don't yet know how great you are. So this is the opportunity that we have. And just to conclude, I told you that I'm 100% about small business owners. You guys have known me for years, many of you, and you know that I care about entrepreneurs and small business owners. And one of the things that I'm lined up is that I want to help you guys make money, right? On the marketing side. Yes, you got to get PPP loans. You got to go get the funding that you need to stay in business. That may be the case. But I know that all the money in the world is not going to get you customers per se, right? So we have to work on marketing. It's not just about getting money, right? You can't solve all the problems with money. So you need to work on the marketing side. So on the marketing side, you heard today how you can start leveraging video marketing. The next step that I have for you guys And the challenge I'm throwing down today here for everybody here in the CBBA so that you see the amazing value that the CBBA represents. Because Ernie works really hard, Cindy, the whole team works really hard to try to help our business community. They've always been supportive of me. I've been with the CBBA for 4+ years. I'm no longer part of the board, but I am committed as ever to making sure our small business owners are going to thrive, especially now that we're on the threat, guys. Okay, so the next step in this journey is that I don't have a date for it yet, but you're going to hear from the CBBA first. And Accelerate South Dade was accepted as a partner of the Grow with Google program. So the next seminar that goes after this one, that I just hopefully inspired you to move on video, is how you can use YouTube as a powerful video marketing tool. And you're going to hear it not from me, but from a Google certified expert, someone Google is sending to us to make sure that you guys know that YouTube is there and you can see some of the cool things that you can do with it. I mean, you can do some amazing things on YouTube, and there's free music there. There's editing capability there. There's all kinds of marketing that you can do on YouTube. So I want to bring an expert that's going to show you the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of how to do it. So that's the next step. Stay tuned to the CBBA newsletter so that you understand when that's coming up. It's going to be soon, probably sometime in March. So please stay tuned. Join us in the morning huddle if you're interested. If you want to follow me. And the last thing I want to say, Ernie, it's a bit of an announcement that I'm making personally to everybody in the CBBA. And that is that I will be now working with the Office of Equity and Inclusion under Mayor Danilo Levine Cava. So they were so impressed with the work we've done in Cutler Bay with our incubator that they want to do that work throughout all of Miami-Dade. So I hope to be able to, with that venue, be able to do even more in collaboration with the CBBA and other groups to supersize the impact that we have on the local businesses of Miami-Dade. So I'm really super excited about that. It was announced by the mayor yesterday that I'm part of that office. We had an event, so it's public domain, but you're being one of the first that hears it, right? Because this happened yesterday afternoon. So I'm really excited. I love the CBBA. I love Cutler Bay. I love South Dade. And I've always been a resident of Miami-Dade for over 40 years. So I want to see my community be healthy because we have a lot of challenges. And I know that we're up to the task of meeting them. So I want to thank you guys for your time. Ernie, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay, well, first, I want to give him a round of applause. Let's give Danilo Vargas a round of applause for his new position. And on behalf of CBBA, all the local business owners, your friends here at Cutler Bay Business Association, all the trustees, everyone that you know is always in your morning huddle, want to congratulate you and wish you the best in your new venture. And with that being, you're quite welcome. With that being said, I do have a few questions for you, reference to your presentation, which was very, very powerful. Yes. I took a lot of notes, okay? And I hope that those that were in this meeting took their notes. Is there any way you could share part of this presentation, Danilo? For those that were not able.
I will send you. Yes, I'm going to send you the PDF of it so that you can share with everybody.
Perfect. Can we post it at the cutlerbaybiz.com website as well?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Now, I have a quick question. As far as the videos, where do we post these videos? Like LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, your business site? Where would you post these videos?
Thank you for that question, Ernie. I think the most important thing that I would love for everybody on this call to understand is that you should post them on your website, first of all.
Okay.
So you want to, everybody here, I encourage you guys, really, if there's one piece of advice I can give you is develop your website, not just as a brochure, but as a place where you're putting all kinds of new content all the time, right? That's what videos are, new content. Because what happens is Google then sees that you're putting new stuff on your website, Ernie, and therefore they go, oh, we got to come to the site more often. So that means you're going to go up in the rankings over time, right? So it's a very simple SEO thing to do.
Great
that
advice.
You create a website that is always growing. So put the videos, get a YouTube channel, embed them into your website, into your blog, and put them there first. Now, once you have them, once you have that video, you can share it on Facebook or different versions of the video, right? You can share them on Instagram in different formats if you want to. You can play around with it. Once you have the video made, you can play around with it. For different time lengths, you can break the video up into little pieces if you want to. You can post it on LinkedIn. You can post it wherever your customers are.
Okay.
And remember, you can change the length of it. You can edit it. You can play around with it.
Okay, I have some quick questions and then we'll open the mic. The other thing is I see the videos that they're going to occupy a lot of space on your computer. So do you recommend to have an external drive to keep all these videos?
So it's not necessary because you're going to be using your phone. I'm assuming we're going to go the low-fi, low-tech route. Okay, so you don't need to go all pro. So if you're going to be creating like more exotic videos, more high production videos, yes. But if you don't have that, don't let that stop you for a second. When you record video on your camera in the phone, right? They already have algorithms and programs that reduce the size of those videos. And they have cloud versions, right? You can put it into the Google Cloud or the Apple Cloud very easily. So you don't need to have any storage whatsoever other than what's on your phone and in the cloud.
Perfect.
And the phones are very tightly integrated. You know that the iOS phone is tied to the whatever it's called, the Apple Cloud, and then Google is tied to their services. And some people use Dropbox or whatever, so you don't need any more storage. It's better to keep things in the cloud anyways, because that, no matter what happens to your phone, it's always available.
Perfect. Now, where can we buy the microphone and the tripod?
Wherever those are sold. I mean, I don't want to pitch, but you can get them on Amazon. You can get them on other support local if you want, support local people that sell that. We have the Photoshops. There's Photoshops, photography shops here that sell that kind of equipment, like that standard issue for a video camera. So
Okay,
you can go to retailers, any retailers, but online on Amazon, you can find those things and deliver to your home quickly.
Okay, and I have a quick question as far as how many hours does it take to do your shooting? Okay, would you guesstimate? How long do you publish and how long do you run your videos for? 1 to 3 minutes? What do you want to post? Because you said a little while ago, 5 minutes. Does people have 5 minutes to look at your video? What do you recommend on that?
Right, so the rule is, number one, on length, is that it really depends on the platform. I know that on Facebook, for example, it's really hot to create 30-second videos. That really is hot. Just the way people use Facebook, they don't want to see a video for 15 minutes. Nobody does that on Facebook, right? However, on YouTube, oh man, if it's educational and if it's entertaining, people watch 20, 30, 40, 50-minute videos. They can watch a live stream, right? Live stream. For example, if the new Avengers movie's coming out and the whole cast is there and it's all YouTube Live, and it's a 3-hour show, people watch the whole 3 hours on YouTube. So there is no length or duration limitation. The only limitation is, are you boring people or are you keeping them in tune with your message? You want to be entertaining. You want to be keeping their attention. If not, you're going to lose them. So that's the rule. Keep them engaged.
Perfect. Thank you. I hope these questions answered, and I believe they were valid, good questions that can also inform everyone else. Now I'm going to go ahead and open the mic for anyone that has any questions for you. Danilo, go ahead, Cindy.
Okay, I was waiting for you to hush. Man, you kept going on and on. I'm so excited. I got so much to say, Ernie.
All right, there you go.
All right, first of all, Danny, again, you always over deliver. You blew my mind with this. I took the Press Start class that you offered, and it was amazing. And you still offered even more on this presentation. But I think one thing I wanted to mention, I really liked what you said about the ego versus value, because you had just asked me a couple weeks ago to do a video testimonial for you about the Press Start. And I swear I did it. I recorded it with my own phone. I did it 37 times. And I kept saying, no, that's stupid. Oh, I look stupid. Oh, I don't like that one. I said something, it's dumb. So I kept going back and forth. And finally, at the end, I just said, you know what? I'm done doing this. And I realized that I wasn't doing this so I would look cool and say all the right words. I was doing this to help you. And that's why I did it. It's just to help you. So I finally realized, what difference does it make if I say something stupid or I look dumb? I'm doing this for him. And, that's why I finally ended it and said, here, take this one. And you liked it. It was fine. So it worked. And then also you've opened my mind a lot about using the text, using videos. And I kind of look at it like another it's evolving from, like, first we used to send emails out to our students and our customers. And then we went to text message, how much easier this is to send a quick text message. And then they get it right then. We don't have to wait until they get home from work to look at their email. It pops up on their phone wherever they're at. So that was like amazing. And now with video, it's even the next step forward. And so now I used to every week send a text message to my students if they missed class that week. I would send a message saying, hey, we missed Christopher in class this week. When will we see him next or something? And now I'm having my instructors do a personal video that says, hey, Christopher, I really missed you in class last week. I hope I'll see you on Monday. And it's just a quick little thing. And they're really embarrassed to do it, but I'm making them do it. And it's, I decided the same thing. It doesn't matter how you look. What matters is how that student feels when they get that message from their black belt instructor that says, hey, Christopher, we missed you, how that makes them feel. And that's what you meant by the value. The value of that is so much more important than how we look or if we said the right or wrong words. So thank you for that. I have so many other things I want to say, but I'll shut up now so somebody else could talk. But just congratulations, Danny. You're amazing. And you don't even know how awesome you are.
All right, Susana's going to take over to have anyone ask the question. Susana, we're open for questions.
Yeah, we're open for questions, absolutely. But I don't see any in the chat, so I guess it's an open mic thing.
Questions or comments are appreciated.
All right, I've got a question. Great presentation, Danilo. I really appreciate it. How are people receiving these videos? Via email?
So you mean when you make your own videos?
Yes. Are we sending them out in an email blast to people on our email list or what?
Good question.
Yeah. So another hot tip that I want to give everybody is that people say that email is dead. It's not dead. It's the game, actually. You want to try to get people to buy your products and services, but if you cannot do that, the next best thing to that is that you procure the permission to stay in touch with them, right? To build a relationship with them, which means email. And so, because that's something you own, right? When you go to Facebook and these channels, you don't own that. You own your email database though. That's powerful. And you can even use your email database to turbocharge your Facebook stuff, because let's say you have 1,000 people in your email database. You can say to Facebook, hey, Facebook, find me 1,000 people that are just like this, but I need another 10,000 of them because I have this new thing I'm going to sell them, right? So that was a quick aside because it's powerful. Email is so powerful. So in your emails, you can turbocharge them in terms of conversions by putting videos intermixed with your textual messages, right? Does that make sense?
Are they hyperlinks or are they PDFs or what?
So one of the cool things I like is that what you do is you record your video on your phone, you edit it however you want, right, with your phone. You can edit right on your phone, and then you pump it into a service like YouTube. You feed it to YouTube. YouTube then is hosting your video. And this is actually, I'm so glad you asked this question because to me it's obvious, but I know that to other folks it may not be. Once it's on YouTube, you have a quick, short URL that now you can embed into other places. Okay, so you can put that, once it's hosted there, you can put it into your email list. You can put it into your email message, right? So that's powerful. And also, once you have the video on your phone, you can just straight up share it with the app into any of the social media feeds. So I like to host it online because that way I can just share, hey, I like that video you said. Can you send me the video? All I do is send them the link to the YouTube channel that I have where my videos are stored. And there I can organize them by subject. I can organize them by sub-channels. They're searchable, right? YouTube creates an actual transcript of your video, which is insane. And you can have in the description of your video useful hyperlinks to more resources that you offer, which could then send people from YouTube back to your website. So many things that you can do with video. It's really amazing. I don't know if I answered your question though.
Well, I mean, besides people who are looking on YouTube for interesting subjects, I mean, the specific target audience is going to receive the video via an email from you, correct? With the link. That's what you just said, correct?
Yes. Embedded, right? So it'll be your message. I'll see what they call the preview shot of your video, right? The first screen with the little triangle that says play. and then your text. When I send videos like that, people will either for sure read, or they would prefer not to read. They would prefer to watch the video, especially if you tell them it's only 40 seconds long, 50 seconds long. Unless they know you, they're not going to stick around for 30 minutes. Once you know somebody, right? Like you know the expert and you trust that expert and they're giving a class on such and such topic, then you will tune in for 30 minutes, no doubt. But a stranger or someone who doesn't know you as much, you want to keep your video shorter. But again, no rules, just keep it entertaining.
Would you say that video marketing is more important than podcasts, for example, if you had a choice between doing one or the other?
So podcast is also hot. And why not have the best of both worlds? That's what I say, because you've seen these podcasters are also recording it on video, right? Right. So Mike Tyson has a podcast, right? Mike Tyson has a podcast called I think it's called Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. Phenomenal, super entertaining. Who doesn't want to talk to a boxer? And he has interviews and all this cool stuff, and they're talking about boxing. And they record the video. I think they capture the audio. Okay, so they use both. So in many cases, you can make a podcast be a video podcast. Yeah. But podcasts are really hot as well, right? I just think that maybe video edges it out because it's just visual, and it's also relaying the information more powerfully because it's visual. Let's be honest. When I listen to a book, I capture a lot of what's being said, but when I see it, I capture even more. It's a thing. I'm a visual person. Most people are. So even though you tell me in a podcast, the 10 things to do this and this and that, I'll understand it. I'll follow you. But when you show me in a video, I'll follow you 10 times more.
Sure. So unless people are camera shy, why would they pick to do a podcast over a video?
Why would they pick a podcast?
Unless they're camera shy, why would they ever do a podcast instead of a video?
So a podcast is interesting because there's something powerful about the spoken voice and the way it triggers engagement in the human mind, right? If I were to show you the movie, The War of the Worlds, it would be cool. We would enjoy it. But what if I actually replay the action Orson Welles version of that? It just transports you to another place. Also, the customer. A lot of these questions are about what does the customer want? And the cool thing is that if you're working out of the gym and you're busy, pumping up, you're not looking at the video per se then and there. So the podcast can go to places your video cannot. Plus, it transports people and you are literally whispering in somebody's ear. So not to say that one is better than the other, but I think if you're shy, do a podcast then. If you for sure are shy and can't get over this issue of the camera, which believe me, I understand, because it's a hard issue, but I love what Cindy said about it, then do a podcast. Later, you can turn into a video podcast, so there's all kinds of ways to slice and dice this situation, right? Tons of options.
Great. Ricardo, Susana, are you there? Okay, Ricardo, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to mention, listening to everything, the presentation was fantastic. And I was trying to identify, myself as a consumer, how some of these videos have affected me. And something that Danilo said made me think about, and I'm sure all of us have been victim to it. Like on Facebook, you'll see something, maybe a health product that you're interested in, and they're going to tell you like the best thing to eat to lose weight. And you start watching the video and you're 20 minutes into it and they'll never tell you what it is until you actually buy the product. So I just wanted to share that, I'm sort of looking at what were the things that got me to start watching the video, but obviously to provide something in a very quick matter, some type of solution. But it sort of started the wheel spinning in my head, as far as those ideas of what's the catch. You got to have a catch to get somebody to open it up. And then, obviously, I'm sure Danilo can explain to us in the future what needs to be done to be able to keep the audience, listening. So thank you very much for at least getting that part of my mind to start thinking about that related to my product.
Yeah. So a lot of different questions there. I'll try to answer them real quick. How you keep people engaged is to create tension in your videos, right?
Okay.
Like, and this doesn't sound complicated. It's not complicated. So, hey guys, I want to show you the latest piece of artwork that I created, man. I've never worked in oils. This is my first oil painting. Are you ready to see it? You see how that creates tension? I said why you should care. You're like, oh my God, yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it. And then I show it to you. So as long as you're always creating some kind of tension where the customer's like, wait, I want to see what happens. That's how stories hook us, right? You want to see what happens next. So when you present things, present it in a way that entices people to stick around, because you're going to show them something. You're not just going to show them everything at once. You unspool it, right? Detail by detail, and you explain to them why they should hang around, like a good writer would, right? And make you keep reading. The other thing about video is that, you know, it is important to do it. You have to make them engaging. And I'm trying to remember the other part, the first part of your question, or I guess it was an observation.
Yeah, it was just more of an observation that, you know, there was something that I was going to get an immediate answer to something. But in this case, I don't even open those. I never open those now, because I'll actually go to the comments first, and I'll see people write, oh man, I watched it for 40 minutes and they never even told me the answer. So
right,
it's sort of, you know, there's two sides to it. And like your presentation, one of the things that kept me around is right in the beginning, you said, hey, I'm going to give you 16 things for video content ideas. Now that was the catch. Now, as I started listening to your video, I was on board because everything was fantastic, you know, but initially it was like, oh man, I want to know what these 16 things are, you know? So the presentation was fantastic. And at the end you provided it. So I'm happy, you know, so I'm on the hook.
What do you sell?
Well, I work with a credit union. I'm what's called the business development rep. So what I try to do is go to companies, and our primary focus is to try to get their employees to participate in credit union products. And then we can also show the employees how to relieve their financial stress in a lot of different ways that 99% of it doesn't cost them anything. So it's more along what you're talking about. It's more of a concept. Now, what are we? We have checking, savings. You can buy a car, you know, with a great interest rate. There's all these products that support that, but we're trying to think outside of the box.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you two things. Remember the Harley Davidson analogy, right?
Absolutely.
You don't sell credit union services. What do you sell? Money is a thing that causes fear in people's hearts, right?
Yeah.
Because
financial wellness is what we're
sometimes
calling it.
we attach scarcity. That's right. We attach scarcity to money, right? Money's just a tool, but we make it into other things because of the attitudes and values and experiences we bring to money. So if you face that in your videos, if you help people confront that in your videos, and if you let them know that you probably also get asked the same question 1,000 times, answer those questions in an empathetic way that understands that you know that status quo could be an issue. Maybe they've been with their bank forever and they don't want to change. So why should they change, right? When they're comfortable and safe over here. So there's a lot of things. Look at the psychology underneath it, and see how you can empathize with their situation, right? With what's going on inside their hearts, right? Because if you touch that, they will love you and you will sell more of these services. You'll accomplish your mission at your organization. About the thing you were saying about how some people are selling something always and you stick around, and if you don't pay, you don't play, right? So remember that marketing is just like money. It's neither good nor bad. It's used for both, okay? So let's be honest about it. So some marketers are out there doing all kinds of things because what they want to do is make you part with your money really fast. And then they're gone to the next town, right? That's not our game. We're small business owners, most of us, right? So we care about helping people and we care about our brand. We're not skipping town to go to the next, to go find the next bunch of suckers. We're not doing that. That's not how we roll. So when you're doing that, I've noticed one thing about videos, right? I can explain this entire highlights that I just gave you guys today. Everybody seems to have enjoyed it. I could do an entire class that goes into the nuts and bolts of this and charge for that. And if you set it up correctly, that's called building a funnel. that makes perfect sense because it's empathetic. I'm not trying to make people part with their money. I give a ton of value in my video, right? But because, and people are so grateful for the value that they receive, they're more apt now to buy the $300 class where I show you exactly how to do it, or the coaching program where I work with you one-on-one, or this, that, and the other. Now, I'm not selling any of these things, right? But if I was, that's exactly how I would play it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And there, everybody's happy, right? Everybody, hopefully you generate a lead for your business, and also the customer feels like they got a lot of value for free. And if some of them are ready to go to the next step and pay you for that value, then everybody wins.
Danny, I have another comment. We use a lot of video marketing on our Facebook page for my school. And I just recently learned that you can schedule posts on your Facebook. And that's something that made it so much easier for us, because we can take videos of all different classes during the week and then just schedule them to be posted throughout the week. So it's not like you have to do it every single day or remember, oh, I didn't do one today or whatever. If you schedule it that way, it's very easy.
Great tip.
Yes, you can schedule on Facebook. You can schedule on just about every platform. And even if you can't, there are meta platforms like other platforms that help you manage your channels where you can schedule on that. And even if you can't do that and you have somebody assisting you, you can use something like Trello where you can actually put the video link so that somebody that's working with you, like an assistant, knows that on such a day, they're supposed to go to Facebook and post that video. So there's no excuse for us missing a day or not having tons of content ready and scheduled on our calendars.
Yeah, actually what I did is we have a bunch of videos that we put on, like you were talking before, Google Photos. So you can upload them, Ernie, what you were saying about the storage, Google Photos, you can put your phone, like my phone is now goes to Google Photos. So anything I take, any pictures I take on my iPhone goes directly to Google Photos. So I have my granddaughter who actually lives in Tampa. She's taking those photos off of our Google Drive, our Google Photos, and doing our Facebook posts throughout the week, scheduling them. So hire a teenager. It's very cheap and it's very doable.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? There's so many things that you guys do. I think you guys do fascinating work, Cindy. And I know you well. And I don't know some of the great stuff that you guys do.
Yeah.
So there's such an opportunity for you. And you tell me that if you don't create that content, people aren't going to love it. And if they love the content, they're not going to love you. And they're not going to refer more business to you. And even if I don't have a kid, any kid that I talk to, go see Sensei Cindy. Right? Because I'm so into what the video content you're producing. So no matter how you slice it, if you go in on this, you're going to see some great benefits. And let's be honest, my whole point is we can't just solve the issues through money, right? We also have to go and get customers. Right. And this is the new and modern way to do that.
Well, those 16 ideas you gave us, I see dollar signs, really. I mean, that's thousands of dollars waiting to happen by just implementing those little ideas.
Yep. Very good tips. Very good tips. Any other questions for Danilo? Because
yes,
time and Danilo's time, because he has to go and run to another meeting. And,
hi, Danilo.
Yes.
I wanted to say thank you so much. We are in the process of setting up our podcast, and the videos are going to be a big part of what we're going to do. And it is just so exciting. These ideas are really like you rain down dollar bills on us, or maybe $100 bills, or maybe the old-fashioned $1,000 bills, because it is really something that you do so well, is make us think outside of the box and say, also, what about, and don't forget to add, the batching and designing a series and scheduling it. I mean, everything that you gave us is so powerful. Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. And you know what, for a nonprofit like yourself, with the beautiful work that you do, Kathleen, that you guys do, because I've seen it firsthand, people don't have the benefit of going to follow you or visit you at the school and see what I saw. Remember the videos we did with the commissioner that she funded through the Nonprofit Academy? That brought your mission and your work to light to so many people so they can actually see the benefit. And you've been doing this for so many years. You have so many success stories that could be profiled. You're sitting on a gold mine. But remember, Just because there's a gold mine there doesn't mean you're going to get the gold out of it. You
That's
have
right.
to work to get to the gold and mine it out, right?
That's right. And we have hours and hours of video already. Mayor Cava, I almost said Commissioner Cava, but now she's Mayor Cava. The video that she did, it plays on our website. When you go to mahoganyyouth.com, it's the video that starts the experience on our website. And then on every single page of our website, there's a video that plays that talks about some of the different things that we do. And so the video is very powerful because we can tell you, but when you have one of our kids tell you that we changed their life, that we taught them how to stay off drugs, we gave them the verbiage to say when it's somebody in their family that's trying to get them to use drugs so that they can be successful. And now he's graduating from high school this year. So, you know, those are the kinds of things that people get, and the testimonials are huge.
Yeah, fantastic.
Thank you so much. Anything else before we go?
Mr. O'Brien was trying to tell Danny about the alumni that we took his advice, and now we have an alumni association. We had a meeting on Friday, and we had kids that are 30 and 40 years old that grew up in Mahogany Youth talking about giving back and how they're going to be more mentoring and what a difference it made in their lives. You know.
Wow. I can see a video series of talking to all of your alumni.
That's what we're doing on the podcast. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Let us all know about it so we can tune in.
Yeah, one of our kids did a fundraiser for us last year, raised $10,000 because he's now a professional captain. And when he was 13 years old, Rob would drive down to Cutler Bay and pick him up and take him up to Lake Okeechobee and other places to fish. And he went into the Navy, and then he was able to become a captain. And he's an infamous fisherman for bill fishing down in the Keys, and he wins a lot of tournaments. So he did a tournament to benefit us several years in a row. And this year they raised $10,000 for Mahogany Youth.
Wow. Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah. So thank you so much, because you are definitely one of the best coaches we've ever had.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kathleen, for those kind words. Thank you for being in this meeting. Danilo, you want to wrap it up for us?
Well, I just want to say that thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for your support of the CBBA. Stay tuned for the news of the next video on YouTube marketing. Okay, so don't miss that. I want to put dollars in your hands. So it's all about that, and the CBBA continues to support small business owners. So thank you, Ernie and Cindy, for inviting me.
Thank you. And it will be posted at cutlerbaybiz.com. This video, the presentation, and whatever else you have upcoming. Danny, what phone number can we reach you if we need to get a hold of you?
786-732-0774 is the accelerator.
Thank you, Danilo. All right. Well, with this being said, I want to thank everyone. I want to thank the CBBA Board of Directors. I want to thank every member, all our new guests, for participating in this great meeting. And we'll see you on our next social. Thank you, Danilo. It was a great presentation, and I hope everyone enjoyed it. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Danny.
Thank you very much.
You guys.
Fantastic.
Stay safe.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Danny.